What's Up Yuma is sponsored by Sunrise Cleaning, serving the Yuma area's residential and commercial cleaning needs. Sunrise exclusively uses eco-friendly cleaning products and provides specialty services such as solar panel, carpet, and RV cleaning. More information and appointment booking at sunrisecleaningaz.com.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here now joined by Stevie Dub. Thank you for being with us, Stevie.
Of course.
And I think you heard, I kind of put you on the spot. You might have to end it with a rap since our last one
edited clean version.
Yeah, that's what I asked him.
Yeah, Johnny's like, "Can you have a clean?"
Because rap is different than poetry. There's curse words in rap, so
and poetry too.
There is
in the slam poetry.
In the slam poetry,
yes.
Yeah, I guess. You ever do any slam poetry?
No.
Me neither. I've never done it.
Yeah, no slam poetry,
No,
just straight bars.
Yeah,
straight bars.
So I just want to mention, I met you originally. You work for Hellman Sons, and they come to town twice a year here in Yuma, putting on events, the fair, the fall festival, and then we have the one in the spring in April. But you surprised me because you showed up early, because that's not until a couple weeks, and you're here, and we're going to talk about it more at the end. But you're here because there's something called Petey's Pumpkin Patch, right?
Yes, sir. So I work with Hellman Sons Amusements. There's a pumpkin patch that they are putting on it opens actually today, and it ends on the 30th. So it's something new for the city of Yuma. We're very excited to, be a part of it and bring something different to the city on top of the fair, on top of the fall festival. So we highly encourage everybody that's out there to come and check it out.
Cool. Yeah. And we'll give more details at the end, but let's get to know you a little bit. Where are you from originally?
So it's a loaded question.
Really? Okay.
But it's, so I was born in San Diego, but I grew up in a small town in Wisconsin. And when I graduated, I moved to California to pursue music.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So how long were you in
California?
I moved to San Bernardino originally from a very small town in Wisconsin called Lancaster. That was like 4,300 people.
Oh, wow.
Gosh.
Were you rapping then?
Yeah, so I moved to California once before I permanently moved to California. So my mother was going through some wild times when I was a sophomore in high school. And so we ended up moving to Florida. I didn't want to stay there. My parents were split. So I didn't want to stay in Florida with my mom. So I moved with my dad to California. While I was in California, essentially what ended up happening was, because it was such a culture shock and me moving from a small area where it wasn't very diverse to such a large, diverse community, I didn't have any friends, and it was very uncomfortable. So every single day to the bus stop, I would listen to music, and I accidentally downloaded a whole pack of songs that were supposed to be the actual records, but they were the instrumental versions of all those songs.
Wow.
So from walking up and down this, road to catch the bus, I just kind of started.
You got your own lyrics going. Yeah. That's where the bars come from, right?
That's how it started.
Oh, how old were you at that time?
I think I was 16. Yeah,
16.
around 16, 17 years old.
Cool. So you got these instrumentals. You're starting to put words together. It's like, okay, maybe I got something here.
Yeah. So I actually started. It's funny that you asked me about the freestyling stuff. I started freestyling first. Like I didn't even actually write down lyrics for almost a year. It was just me just like freestyling.
Well, if you're walking too, you got to kind of freestyle. You don't got a pen and pad in your hand. So you're coming up with these lyrics on top of the beat.
Yeah, no, of course. And so like, I just, a couple friends that I had finally met as the year progressed, I showed it to them. Like I just started rapping for them, and then they started, and it just kind of became like this frenzy at the high school where it was like everybody would get together in the little lunch area and we'd all freestyle together. And
Did you battle?
It just took off. I did battle when I was in high school. I don't battle now. It's I wouldn't say that freestyle rapping is like my expertise now. Like I'm more of like a writer now.
So, and you kind of mentioned that you didn't know a lot of people at first, and did the music kind of bring people around you? You said there was a crowd. So did that help introduce you to people or build that network?
Yeah, no, absolutely. That goes for in Wisconsin and in California in general. So I've always been somebody who's been outgoing for the most part, but the music just brought people together, and it got people to, give me props or give me praise for whatever. And then from there, it was just simple networking of like, hey, I have a cousin who does this, or I have so-and-so that can get you on a show over here. And it had a trickle effect. So that networking happened, like opportunities started to present themselves. People saw that you like, oh, this guy has skills. He has bars, and so then you started to take those opportunities. Yeah, of course. Well, and 100% I did. But in the story, I moved back to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
My best friend and I bought some equipment. And from there, we started hosting our own shows. Then we graduated, moved back to California. And then we started networking and meeting more people and some people that we had known previously to when I had lived there before my junior year of high school. And so now it's just taken on a life of its own where going out, networking, doing shows, whether they're large ones or small ones, you just meet so many people and that have radio shows or that have venues that you can go to and do a show at or doing a grand opening or whatever the case may be is. And so I'm blessed. Honestly, I'm very blessed.
And you're still in California? That's where you live right now? Okay.
So I live in SoCal, but I'm traveling so much for work. I basically just live in whatever city I'm in.
Whatever hotel you're in.
And that's what I was going to say. Like, I don't think you live in California. Like, I follow you on Instagram and Facebook. Yeah, you're always.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You're a transient for sure.
Yeah, no, it's different. It's definitely a different lifestyle. I don't think that everybody could handle it, but I think it's just preparing me for whatever is going to come.
Sure.
The larger,
like the tour.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's literally the way it is on tour. Like that, you're building that lifestyle already to be able to function in that. So you mentioned your friend in Wisconsin. Was that the one that we have in common? That story?
No. So it's a different friend. His name is Ross. And then my buddy's name is Ross. And so like the two of us have been friends since we were in 5th grade. My other friend that you're mentioning, his name is Louis. We met him at our first show. It was our first or second show. He came as just a fan. He had heard about our music and was like, I want to learn how to rap. And so Ross and I mentored him and taught him, how to make music.
Yeah, and the thing common, like the guy I started with, Citizen AIM, cystic fibrosis, right? Yeah, and definitely when because I was a rapper, that's a lot of people know that. I mentioned it earlier, but when he passed away from cystic fibrosis, is kind of when I just kind of stopped because he was the one that we did everything together, and you have like a similar friendship with Louis. Yeah,
no, for sure. I knew Louis since he was like 14 years old. And he passed away like 2-3 years ago now. So it's still surreal to me, honestly, to this very moment. But I'm blessed to have had such a good friend. He taught me a lot. I was able to teach him a lot. We did shows together. He actually lived in California with us for a while, like with me and the whole team, and did his own things. And everybody should go check out his story online as well too. If you just type in Louis, you can see everything about his story. Yeah, he has music, he has music videos, he has like a whole documentary on his life.
Wow.
He lived a great life.
Such similarities, because same thing with Citizen AIM, CJ Watt. We get little documentary made about his life, the whole thing. And cystic fibrosis, it's a disease that really affects your lungs. So the fact that you're rapping, and that's what I think kept CJ alive so long, is because he worked out his lungs a lot.
Wow.
He was always rapping, and until he couldn't do it anymore, but they thought he was going to pass away years and years before that. But getting the stage and breathing made him last so much longer and gave him so much more energy and a purpose to live.
No, I would say the same about Louis. Fun little story. We had a show once, and he would always do like, I don't know if your buddy would do like the little nebulizers. Louis would do some of those before the show, and he was just struggling at this one particular show that we had. He was always like, he would always come and like hype my shows up, and then we'd have him incorporated in it with some of his songs. We got done, and he had to go to the hospital for what he would call like a tune-up. And they found out that he had a collapsed lung.
Oh my gosh.
Same exact story.
There.
And he was still doing his thing. I was like, that's my guy right there.
Same exact story.
Yeah.
Same thing. Stray Cats in Phoenix. We went over there, performed. He did it. Yeah. We went up there. We did our performance. He did his thing. I went home. We're staying at his parents' house over there in Phoenix. I don't know them. It's his stepdad. And then I wake up and he's gone. And I'm like, where's everybody at? Everybody's gone. His lung collapsed.
Wow.
On stage. Wow. Yeah. And then didn't know about it. And then boom, went to sleep, and they took him when I was asleep.
Oh, that's
so
crazy.
so he did it up until that point. He was rapping, and then they got it back up, and he was with us for a little bit longer. Wow. But definitely a special moment in my life. And he was a big special piece of this community.
Yeah, no, I could say the same honestly about Louis, whether that's California community or Wisconsin community, because he grew up in the town next to us in Lancaster. But yeah, I know he's listening now. I know he's proud of everything that we got going on. So, I have a great guardian angel that's watching over.
Right.
Absolutely.
So, hey, before we go to break, I know we have a few minutes. You got to perform with Jamie Foxx?
Yes, I did.
So Joni always tells me like cyber stalk our guests before I meet them, so I get to know them. I saw you had a picture with him. So how did that go?
It was incredible, honestly.
That's neat.
I met I met Jamie a while ago now, about 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
But we do his Halloween party as well too.
Oh, so that's what it was.
That's how
That's
you
the
know him,
connection. So Hellman Sons does a party of
cool.
his.
So we do his Halloween party, and I host it. I DJ, MC, all that. Yeah, it was incredible. It was an incredible. I don't know if you guys want me to get into it or if you.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we got some time.
Okay. So he came up to Napa. We had a fair up there. I opened up that fair for the Ying Yang twins.
Mm-hmm.
So this is all within the same day, within a 3-hour time period. He flies up.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't know for sure if it was like if he was going to perform or do anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
He comes up. We do the show with the Ying Yang twins. Killed it. It was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're in the crowd watching them perform. They finish. We go over to our stage, which you're familiar with, like that's on the actual fairgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
And he just gets on the stage.
Oh, snap.
And at first it was going to be like, oh, he's going to help us kind of like host one of the events. Host one of the game shows. And then it just turned into him doing his records. And then because he knows our music from us going to his house and setting up. We've been in his actual studio where he's recorded like Gold Digger and Blame It on the and
That's
so
really
he was
cool.
like, we were on stage and he literally was like, yo, like you guys need to do your records, like do your records.
He told you go do your songs.
Yeah, for sure, because he knows what's up. Like.
Yeah. And so he was up there while you were doing them, right?
Yeah. So I got to have him in a sense. I wouldn't say hype, but he was up there getting hype to our music.
For sure.
I saw the video, like he was up there and the crowd was getting hyped.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then I got the honor and the privilege to be able to hype with him when he did Blame It and he did Gold Digger, which is like
wow,
mind blowing. Yeah, literally mind blowing.
And that was just recent. Like how long ago?
That was in August. Yeah, that was in August.
2 months ago.
Not too far. I sit back and I reflect on it sometimes. And I'm like, wow, like,
you got to do that.
Yeah, no, even when you talked to me about it yesterday, like I had a moment as well.
Well, I've been watching him, in Living Color days, and like it's so long ago. Like I love Jamie Foxx. He's one of the greats.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Yeah, absolute legend.
And
what are his Halloween parties like?
Incredible.
He has an NDA.
You can't tell us anything.
No, I can tell you. Like I can tell you. It's a blast. Like we have our stage there. I get to perform at that as well too.
Mm-hmm.
He has rides behind his house with a giant stage. Last year, Sexy Red performed there.
Mm-hmm.
I think Chris Brown performed there.
Wow.
There's a lot of celebrities. It's in like the Hollywood Hills.
Yeah,
well, I wouldn't. It's not necessarily the Hollywood Hills, but I'm not going to disclose where he lives.
Yeah,
but
we could just Google it.
It's in a nice. I'm sure.
I'm going to show up at his door. Like Stevie Dub told me.
He said I could come over.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could. Hey, if I give you the invite, Jamie's going to let you come.
Oh, there it is.
Sure. No, he's a good guy. It's a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
He's very welcoming. He just welcomes all of us, the whole team, with open arms. He allows us to go into his studio and do music and do all that, which is also just incredible. So we're blessed for sure.
Awesome.
Very
so
cool.
we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back a little bit more about your music and what you've put out there, and also what it's like traveling to all these places, because you don't just do fairs, you do some really cool events. Like you said, Jamie Foxx's party, but there's some really, really big ones. And we're going to come back with that after a quick break. You're listening to What's Up Yuma right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
Ever wanted to be on the radio? Still talking into your hairbrush in the mirror? Border Radio needs you as a volunteer host. Share music, stories, and local conversations that matter. No experience necessary. We'll provide the training. Email info@borderradioaz.org or call 877-838-5292 for more information. Blood services provider Vitalant is hosting blood drives at Yuma locations on an ongoing basis. Daily personal emergencies and ongoing medical needs of thousands of patients require a constant and ready blood supply. Donations of all blood types, especially O, are needed. Locations, dates, and appointments at donors.vitalant.org.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up Yuma Radio. We are here talking to Stevie Dub from Hellman Sons and so much more, because we're talking about his music. And so we left with, and I want to do your music at the end, so maybe if you have some bars there, you can spit for us. We'll get to that. But the other events that you put on, some big name events. What are some really cool ones that you're able to go to and provide entertainment?
So EDC is probably the biggest one, and that's in Las Vegas. It's a gigantic electronic music festival. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of people that go to that.
Yeah.
And I get a chance to DJ at it, host it, do some of my records as well too. It's incredible. So if you've never heard of it, I think you should Google it and look it up. I think every single
Electric Daisy Carnival,
That's
right?
exactly it.
Yeah,
Electric Daisy Carnival.
You know, and I know every year it comes up because I follow some people here in Yuma.
Yeah.
And they're always, before they go, they're posting their outfits on Instagram. Like, this is my
Glow in the
EDC.
dark?
They're all kinds of
I've
crazy
got
outfits because
those.
they dress pretty crazy at these things.
Oh, yeah, no, this is pretty wild. Pretty
It's Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly that it's an experience every single person in the world should go and see it and just experience what the spectacle of it is, from the lights, the sound. I can't even put it into words. You just have to see it for yourself. But that's one of them. We also do Camp Flognaw with Tyler, the Creator, which is coming up in November. We do Rolling Loud, which is a hip hop festival that happens in LA. And then we do a lot of other Insomniac events that are the smaller raves. When I say small, they're still large, but they're not as big as EDC. So that's just a few of them, on top of the fairs that we do and the celebrity parties that we do. We do a lot of Coachella events as well too, like Revolve and things like that as well too. So
wow,
you're
all over the place.
It never ends.
And so in all those, are you able to meet people as well, like some of the performers and kind of
absolutely.
rub elbows? Okay.
Absolutely. So EDC, we perform at it. So we have our own, it's a fun house, but it's considered a stage now. You know, it's on the map. And we have some artists that come up there and perform, or even if they're kind of walking through at Camp Flognaw, same situation, where we get to interact with the artists and all that as well too. And I know a lot of artists that are, whether they're on the card or managers of artists or A&Rs of artists, that it's a small industry. So whenever we're in LA, you know, the connections are there.
Besides Jamie Foxx, who is like the nicest celebrity you've met? If you can think of one.
Oh my gosh, that's a loaded question. Who is
but
the
yeah,
nicest?
Like
who is
most
the
humble, nicest. Someone you probably thought wouldn't be nice.
Let me think. Warren G.
Really?
Warren G was real cool, huh?
He was very, very nice. He was super cool. That's just the first person I could think of off the top. I know that's not like
so
the craziest,
many. No, that's a great one.
You know, response, but I would say just him. I mean, we opened up for him and we were kicking it in his like in his green room with him, and just like having a drink, staying hydrated, of course, drinking water. And, you know, we were just having a good time. And he was super cool, like very humble guy. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. There's just so many on the list. I met T-Pain once when I was younger. I gave him my CD and he laughed at me. So I would have said him. Not in a bad way. I think that he was just like, he was like, I'm not
give this to me.
Yeah, I'm not used to like getting CDs.
What should
like,
I do with
hey,
this?
you got to shoot your shot.
That's
though.
right. Why not give it to him?
Yeah, you got to do it. You got to make it happen. So how did you get into all of this with Helm & Sons? How did they recruit you? Did they see what you were doing? Like, what was the...
I started, so as you guys know, I'm an artist, I'm a rapper, as well as a DJ. So I was working in LA doing kind of some like these odd jobs on top of being an artist, because it wasn't necessarily like, you know, paying the bills, I would say at the time. And my best friend that I mentioned before, Ross, a couple years back, well, actually like 10 years ago, he started DJing because he did a house party once, and somebody paid him like $500, and he was like, oh, I can make money doing this. And we weren't making as much money, like, you know, with the music. So in like 2017, I want to say, I was working at this job. I lost the job and I needed money. And so he taught me how to DJ, him and my buddy Contact, and I got into DJing from there. Ross introduced me to a mutual friend of ours who had a production company that was doing like high school gigs. I started doing DJ gigs with him. And then from there, he introduced me to Davey after COVID. Davey's the owner of Helm & Sons Amusements. And Davey was looking for a DJ, somebody that could host and do certain things like that, like for his funhouse. We met, this was 2021, and it just took on a life of its own. And from there, it turned into like...
So you started DJing, and then like he saw that you could also host. So that's when you became a host as well?
Well, I've been
Oh,
doing
you've been both. Oh,
yeah,
okay, right away.
Both. I feel like, I mean, for me personally, it kind of comes with the territory of being an artist and being on stage and having to like represent yourself and all that. So the hosting kind of came, you know, with it, where I was doing giveaways like on top of a fun house. in between doing sets, like doing my own music and doing music sets, DJ sets. And so he saw that and he's like, man, like you can speak very well. You're very witty. You know how to handle a crowd.
Yeah.
He was like, we should get you to do, some more hosting gigs. So that's when we started doing the game show.
Yeah. Because you do a game show. If people don't know, like at the Fall Festival, you have a game show going on.
Oh, that's fun.
And people get a chance to win the unlimited ride wristbands, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So we do those at the fair. We're also doing that at the Pumpkin Patch. We're going to do it at the Fall Festival as well, too. So the game show is a lot of fun. It's different. Like it's
what do people have to do?
It's simple. Honestly, 3 people get on stage. They compete in either we do like random questions where we ask them like random trivia questions, or we will play music for them and they have to play guess that song. Super interactive.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, no, it's super interactive. It's super fun. And I mean, it just gives people a chance at the fairs, especially to save money. So if anybody's watching this that plans on going to the fair, like the best thing for you to do is come find the game show.
Find the game
Brush
show
up
and
on
then
your
go
music
up there.
knowledge.
Yeah,
Get up there and get your wristband,
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, you save some money. So
so the music, where could we find your music, and how many, like, have you put out albums or is it singles or what's
both. So I put out albums, I put out singles. You could just type in Stevie Dub and you could find everything on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere that you can stream music. It's available there. You could follow me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Everything is Stevie Dub.
Cool.
And balancing the two, because when I first met you, you weren't really even doing music, but we kind of talked about music. We had that in common. You started showing me your music and I'm like, what are you doing, man? Get on it. Like, this is good stuff. Like, you're really, really good.
Thank you.
And then you're like, okay, then you started sending me stuff like, look, I just did this. And I'm like, oh, there he goes. He's working on it again. Yeah. But it must be tough to balance.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It's been tough over the years in general, I would say. As I get older, as the workload gets, more and more when it comes down to Hellman Sons and balancing that out. And I feel like pre-COVID, when I was living like in the LA area, there were so many events that were happening in LA. It was just different. And then the landscape of LA and the music scene changed a little bit. But however, that's not to say that now there's so many opportunities that are happening with everybody that's online where you can just
that's true.
Rap your music or do a little mini music video, post it and do all that and get traction. So it is a balance. But much like what we talked about when I was sending you all those records, I just know that all my songs sitting in my files or on hard drives are not getting me anywhere. And every single time I don't put a song out is a missed opportunity for the next person or whomever to hear my music. I'm not even trying to latch on to, I need to get signed. I want somebody to sign me or whatever. Like I'm in the business of signing myself.
Yeah. Love it.
So I just want to work harder and putting more music out. And so, again, I encourage everybody that's out there to check that out if they haven't done so yet.
And you was it a single or an album that you just put out?
I put out a single in August, the day before the Jamie Foxx show and the Yin Yang Twin show. The song is called Let's Get Drunk, which is interesting because I don't even drink like that. It was just one of those songs.
It was just a vibe.
Yeah, we were just vibing in the studio and the song came about. I'm a big K Tronada fan. I don't know if you guys know who that is. He's like a producer and an artist, and he makes like dance type of music. And I wanted to make something kind of like that.
Sure.
I don't know if the song came out exactly like that.
But hey,
like,
I'll have to check it out.
People will check it out.
Great.
So we do got to wrap up. So let everybody know real quick about the Petey's Pumpkin Patch, where they can find out more information and when the Fall Festival is going to be.
Okay, cool. So the the Petey's Pumpkin Patch starts today, October 3rd through October 30th. It's open weekdays from 3 to 9 and weekends from 10 to 8. It's free admission, and there's a lot of attractions there from the standpoint of rides and live entertainment and so much more. And then the Fall Festival is the 17th through the 19th at the Yuma County Fair.
Awesome. So you got some stuff for us?
Yay.
You could go until you hear the music.
I forgot.
Yeah, we're going to have some.
Let me see. Let me see what I got.
Here we go. This is a first for the show, like a poet and a rapper. This is great.
I'm going to do it off of my phone.
Just do it.
That's fine.
So the internet is they're going to bash me for this. But
yeah, you got
good.
30 seconds.
All right, cool. So it goes like this. Look, it says, my new goals are way too big to wrap your head around. You could never travel down the roads that I be heading down. I'm laser focused, locked in. That's why my head is down. Messages from mom and dad like, Stevie, where you headed now? I hit them back with the schedule so they can keep tabs. I hit the bar and I don't even have to close a tab. Waking up in the morning like, man, what I have, talking to whoever was with me about the night we had. Life is so good, I got to pinch myself. Only few really get me the way I get myself. And no one can heal me. I had to heal myself. And even if they don't forgive me, I always forgive myself. I wish Louis was here. I feel the emptiness. Grateful for all the work he did on MBS. I'm sorry if I ever move with pettiness. Just know I always love you like my brother to the end.
Wow. Oh, snap
Love it.
again.
Yeah.
Snap
Thank you
again.
so much for being
Good
with us,
job.
Stevie. This was great, man.
I loved it.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right. You guys have a good weekend.
Bye.
Broadcasting from Yuma campus of Arizona Western College for more than 55 years, this is Border Radio, 94.7 FM, KOFA Yuma. We also broadcast at 1320 a.m. in Yuma at KAWC.org and on the KOFA app.